Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into something absolutely fascinating right now. Have you noticed those faceless finance channels blowing up lately? Channels like Nick Invests are literally generating thousands of dollars every single month, and they're doing it just by creating simple animation-style videos. Well, in today's Explainer, you're going to learn exactly how to create these highly profitable finance videos yourself using nothing but a team of completely free AI assistants. We're going to break down the entire step-by-step blueprint.
So let's just dive straight into the numbers because this is why everyone is talking about this space. $5 to $15. That right there is the standard RPM, or revenue per mil, in the finance niche. If you're not familiar, that's what you earn for every 1,000 views your content gets. It is incredibly high, and it proves exactly why finance is arguably the most lucrative space out there. Advertisers are just so willing to pay top dollar to reach this specific audience, and the crazy part is that RPM almost never drops.
So here is our roadmap for how we're going to reverse engineer this success. First, we'll uncover the high RPM finance secret. Then, branding and viral topics, crafting engaging AI scripts, AI voiceovers and visuals, simple yet effective editing, and finally, SEO, thumbnails, and publishing. Let's get into it.
Starting off with Section 1, the high RPM finance secret.
You know, the sheer efficiency of these benchmark channels is just mind-blowing. Take a look at Legend Investor Mindset. They managed to gain 46,000 subscribers from just 24 evergreen videos. And they did that in 2 months. Then you've got Nick Invests, sitting pretty at 155,000 subscribers with 184 videos. The big takeaway here? You absolutely do not need to grind out thousands of uploads. You just need the right evergreen content strategy.
To really put this into perspective, let's apply that $5 minimum RPM to real-world views. Legend Investor Mindset had a recent video that hit 68,000 views in only 2 weeks. So, at the bare minimum of $5 per 1,000 views, that single piece of content generated at least $340. Think about that for a second. That is immense passive income from just one evergreen video that's going to keep racking up views and money for years.
All right, moving right along to Section 2, branding and viral topics. Building your brand identity from scratch might sound intimidating, but it's actually a totally frictionless 3-step process now. First up, just ask ChatGPT or Grok to spit out 30 channel names for you. Second, do a quick search to verify they're available. And third, jump over to an AI image generator like Google Visk and generate a clean, square logo. Bam! Within minutes, you have a rock-solid brand identity like the example at a Money Lab, and you didn't even need any graphic design skills.
But hey, a sleek logo isn't going to do much without irresistible content, right? Take a title like, Why Everything Changes Even More After $20,000. That's not just a title. It is a psychological hook. It instantly triggers FOMO, the fear of missing out. When a viewer sees that, their curiosity completely takes over. They are literally compelled to click just to figure out what magical thing happens after you hit that financial milestone.
There is such a distinct difference between content that falls flat and content that goes totally viral. Standard, run-of-the-mill financial advice, people just ignore it. But if you use a relatable, psychological framework like the small upgrade trap that slowly makes you poor, it drives massive engagement. People read that and immediately think, wait, am I falling into this trap right now? That emotional connection is exactly what keeps them watching to the very end.
Next up, Section 3, crafting engaging AI script.
Okay, when it comes to writing your script, the tool of choice is actually the free version of Claude. It's just inherently better at writing engaging, natural-sounding English while skipping all that robotic AI fluff. You're going to want to target around 1,800 to 2,200 words, which perfectly hits that sweet spot of an 8 to 10-minute runtime. And here is a massive, absolutely crucial rule. Hook the viewer instantly with a compelling question. Do not, under any circumstances, use a generic welcome back to my channel intro. Just dive straight into the value.
Let's move to Section 4, AI voiceovers and visuals. Now for the fun part, giving our script a voice and a face. And the best news, you do not need to drop a dime on expensive software. We're using a completely free AI tech stack. For the voiceover, we go to Google AI Studio and use the Sharon voice. It's deep, authoritative, and sounds incredibly real. For brainstorming our image prompts, we use ChatGPT. For generating the actual images, Google Visk. And finally, if we want to add some basic animation to bring those still pictures to life, Grok handles that beautifully.
And here's a brilliant little insider trick for keeping your visuals looking consistent. In Google Visc, once you generate your very first image, you just drag that character directly into the tool's subject box. From then on, every new image you generate will feature that exact same character. It's a total game changer. It instantly gives your explainer that cohesive, high-budget, professional animation feel without any extra effort.
Which brings us to Section 5, Simple Yet Effective Editing.
You don't need to be a Hollywood editor for this. The workflow in CapCut is incredibly straightforward. First, you just import your AI audio and chop out any awkward, long silences. Next, intuitively match how long your images stay on screen to the concepts being spoken about. So if the script is talking about a car, keep the car image up until the topic shifts to, say, a house. Throw in some very basic zoom in and zoom out animations just to keep things dynamic. And finally, slap on some auto captions using a clean, highly readable text template.
And that brings us to the golden rule for this specific niche. I know we see crazy, fast-paced editing everywhere these days, but in finance, fast-paced, hyper-stimulating editing actually hurts your retention. You want your content to be easily digestible for viewers of all ages. Keeping it slow, clear, and methodical is the absolute secret to keeping your audience locked in and engaged.
And finally, Section 6, SEO, thumbnails, and publishing.
Packaging everything up for the algorithm is remarkably seamless. First, just copy your finished script, paste it back into ChatGPT, and ask it for 5 optimized title options. This is great for A/B testing, along with the description and some tags. Second, jump back into Google Visc and generate a compelling, high-quality background for your thumbnail. Third, just slap some bold, curiosity-inducing text right onto that image. And boom! That efficiently wraps up your complete end-to-end production pipeline.
So, now that you've seen the entire blueprint, from the underlying psychology to the exact prompt engineering, it really begs an exciting question. If an entirely free, automated AI workflow can generate content that actually rivals traditional financial advisors, what other high-value niches are just sitting out there waiting to be disrupted next? Are you ready to launch your own channel and find out?